For years, the names Can Yaman and Demet Özdemir have continued to capture the attention of millions of fans around the world. Even long after sharing the screen in one of Turkey's most beloved romantic series, their chemistry remains one of the most talked about topics across social media. Every new photo, every public appearance, and every unexpected detail quickly becomes the center of countless conversations. Recently, a fresh wave of excitement spread online after a collection of images described by many fans as wedding photos began circulating across different platforms. Within hours, discussions exploded. Some viewers immediately wondered whether the pictures revealed something they had somehow missed, while others believed they were simply artistic edits, behind-the-scenes moments, or fan-made creations inspired by the unforgettable connection between the two stars. The growing conversation wasn't really about proving whether the images represented a real event. Instead, it reflected something much bigger, the lasting fascination people still have with Can Yaman and Demet Özdemir as one of television's most memorable screen partnerships. Their popularity has never been limited to a single country. Fans from Europe, Latin America, the Middle East, and many other regions continue following every update connected to both actors. That global audience has helped keep interest alive, even years after their successful collaboration ended. As screenshots and edited images continued appearing online, different interpretations quickly emerged. Some viewers admired the impressive editing work behind the pictures, pointing out how realistic they looked. Others focused on the emotional reaction the images created, saying they reminded them why they originally fell in love with the famous on-screen couple. Many comments reflected pure nostalgia. Some fans wrote that seeing Can and Demet together again, even through creative edits, brought back memories of their favorite scenes. Others admitted they instantly clicked on the photos, simply because they missed watching. The two actors share the screen. That emotional connection explains why almost anything involving the pair attracts immediate attention, unlike many celebrity stories that disappear after a few days. Conversations surrounding Can Yaman and Demet Özdemir often continue for months or even years. Every interview, every public appearance, and every social media trend has the potential to reignite discussions among longtime supporters. The recent wedding photo conversation followed exactly that pattern. Instead of treating the images as confirmed news, many fans approached them as an opportunity to celebrate the chemistry they still remember. Online communities began comparing different versions of the photos, discussing editing details, and sharing their favorite memories from the actors' television partnership. Some users even pointed out how technology has made it easier than ever to create incredibly realistic images. Because of this, many encouraged others not to jump to conclusions based on pictures circulating without verified sources. That reminder became an important part of the discussion, rather than asking whether every image should be believed. Many fans shifted the conversation toward why these photos generated such powerful reactions. In the first place, the answer seemed surprisingly simple. People still care. Years after their famous performances together, Can Yaman and Demet Özdemir continue inspiring conversations that few television couples can match. Their popularity extends beyond entertainment news, becoming part of online fan culture where memories, creativity, and admiration often blend together. As more people discovered the circulating images, reactions became increasingly emotional. Some described them as beautiful works of fan creativity, while others said they wished they could see the actors reunite in another major project someday. Whether those hopes will ever become reality remains unknown, but one thing became unmistakably clear. The appearance of a few widely shared images was enough to remind millions of viewers just how powerful the legacy of Can Yaman and Demet Özdemir remains. And as the online discussion continued to grow, even more interesting details about the origin of those images and the reactions they inspired started coming to light. As the conversation continued gaining momentum, fans began looking much more closely at the images themselves. Instead of simply reacting to what they saw, many started asking a different question. Where did these photos actually come from? That curiosity quickly transformed the discussion. Some social media users suggested the pictures looked professionally edited, while others believed they were inspired by promotional photographs taken during different periods of Can Yaman and Demet Özdemir's careers. A few fans even compared facial expressions, clothing details, and backgrounds, trying to identify the original sources behind each image. Soon, dozens of side-by-side comparisons appeared online. What made the situation especially fascinating wasn't the images alone. It was how differently people interpreted them. One group admired the creativity involved in producing such realistic-looking edits. They praised the artistic effort and viewed the pictures as heartfelt tributes created by devoted fans who still cherish the unforgettable partnership between the two actors. Another group preferred a more cautious approach. Rather than assuming the photos represented a real event, they reminded others how quickly edited content can spread across the internet. They encouraged everyone to verify information before drawing conclusions, especially when celebrity images begin circulating without official confirmation. Interestingly, this balance between excitement and skepticism helped keep the conversation respectful. Instead of turning into arguments, many discussions focused on memories. Fans began revisiting scenes that had originally made Can Yaman and Demet Özdemir household names. Favorite episodes were shared again. Iconic moments resurfaced across fan pages. Video compilations collected millions of additional views as audiences remembered why their on-screen chemistry had become so unforgettable. For many viewers, the so-called wedding photos acted less like breaking news and more like a reminder of an era they deeply enjoyed. That emotional response was impossible to ignore. Comments from different countries revealed remarkably similar feelings. Fans from Italy spoke about discovering Turkish dramas through the famous duo viewers. From Spain recalled binge-watching entire seasons over a single weekend. Latin American audiences described how the series introduced them to Turkish entertainment. For the first time, across Europe and the Middle East, longtime supporters shared stories about recommending the show to friends and family years ago. The photographs became a conversation starter rather than the final story. As engagement continued growing, entertainment pages also noticed the trend. Many outlets reported on the online buzz itself instead of making claims about the authenticity of the pictures. Their focus remained on the enormous reaction generated by the images, rather than presenting speculation as fact. That distinction mattered. It demonstrated how quickly fan-created content can capture global attention while also highlighting the importance of separating enthusiasm from verified information. Meanwhile, discussions shifted toward another interesting topic. Could Can Yaman and Demet Özdemir ever work together again? The question appeared repeatedly beneath posts featuring the images. Some fans imagined a romantic film, others hoped for a completely new television series. A few suggested that even a commercial project or charity campaign featuring both stars would excite audiences worldwide. Although no official announcements supported those ideas, the enthusiasm itself revealed something significant. The public's interest had never truly disappeared. Years after their famous collaboration, people were still eager to imagine new possibilities involving the pair. That enduring popularity explained why even a handful of widely shared images could dominate online conversations within such a short period. As more reactions poured in, another layer of the story began emerging. Several digital creators started explaining how modern editing tools and artificial intelligence have dramatically changed the way celebrity images are produced. What once required hours of professional editing can now be achieved much faster, making realistic fan creations increasingly common across social media. For many viewers, this added another reason to appreciate the images as creative expressions, while remaining careful about assuming they documented real events. Yet despite all the discussions about technology, editing, and online trends, one simple truth remained at the center of everything. The excitement wasn't really about photographs, it was about what Can Yaman and Demet Özdemir continue to represent for millions of fans around the world. And as the online conversation evolved, an even more personal reason behind that lasting connection began attracting attention. One that had nothing to do with wedding images and everything to do with the unforgettable impact they left on audiences. As conversations continued across social media, something unexpected became increasingly clear. The images themselves were no longer the main focus. Instead, They had become a symbol of something fans had been talking about for years, the remarkable connection that Can Yaman and Demet Özdemir created on screen. Many viewers admitted that the photographs immediately reminded them of the emotions they experienced while watching the series that first brought the two actors together. They remembered the laughter, the dramatic moments, and the romantic scenes that had made them invested in the story from the very beginning. For longtime followers, those memories never completely disappeared. That explains why even today, nearly every headline mentioning both names receives enormous attention online. Across fan communities, people started sharing personal stories about when they first discovered the famous duo. Some recalled watching episodes during difficult moments in their lives, saying the series became a welcome escape after stressful days. Others remembered introducing Turkish dramas to friends and relatives because they believed Can Yaman and Demet Özdemir had extraordinary chemistry. Those stories revealed something much deeper than simple celebrity interest. Entertainment often creates lasting emotional connections. And in this case, many viewers still associated the pair with happy memories that continued years after the original broadcasts. At the same time, digital creators began discussing another important aspect of the viral images. They pointed out that fan-made artwork has become a major part of modern entertainment culture. Around the world, talented editors regularly create posters, trailers, concept art, and fictional promotional images inspired by their favorite actors and television couples. Many supporters viewed the circulating wedding-themed images through exactly that perspective, rather than treating them as official photographs. They appreciated the creativity involved in imagining an alternative story featuring two actors they continued to admire. That interpretation helped shift the conversation towards celebration instead of speculation. Fans complimented the artistic quality of the edits, exchanged recommendations for talented creators, and discussed which images looked the most realistic. Others even imagined how a fictional wedding scene between the characters might have appeared if such a moment had ever existed within the story. It became a shared creative experience. Meanwhile, others focused on the careers of both actors after their successful collaboration. Can Yaman has continued expanding his international profile through new projects, public appearances, and collaborations that attracted audiences far beyond Turkey. His growing popularity in Europe especially has introduced millions of additional viewers to his work. Demet Özdemir, meanwhile, has continued building an impressive career by taking on a variety of different roles that showcased her versatility as an actress. Her performances have allowed audiences to see new sides of her talent while maintaining the loyal fan base she developed over the years. Because both actors remained highly visible, interest in their past collaboration naturally continued as well. Every interview, every award ceremony, and every social media update often leads fans to revisit memories connected to their time working together. That ongoing attention explains why discussions never truly disappear. Instead, they simply evolve. One week, people are talking about a television anniversary. Another week, an old interview begins trending again. Sometimes it's a behind-the-scenes photograph. Other times, as happened recently, a collection of creative images sparks an entirely new wave of conversation. The pattern repeats because the audience remains emotionally invested. Marketing. Experts often describe this as the lasting value of an unforgettable on-screen partnership. When two performers leave such a strong impression, audiences continue connecting their names long after the original project ends. Can Yaman and Demet Özdemir represent exactly that phenomenon. Their partnership continues inspiring discussions. Fan edits, nostalgic videos, and online communities dedicated to celebrating the moments viewers enjoyed most. As the latest conversation reached more countries, fans started wondering whether the renewed attention might eventually inspire something bigger. Could producers notice the growing enthusiasm? Could a future collaboration ever become possible? No official information suggested that such plans existed. Still, the fact that millions of people continued asking the same question demonstrated just how powerful the legacy of the famous duo remained. And while the viral images may have started the conversation, the ending of this story wasn't really about photographs at all. It was about why audiences around the world continue returning to Can Yaman and Demet Özdemir, and what that enduring popularity could mean for the future. As the excitement surrounding the images gradually settled, one conclusion stood out above everything else. Whether people viewed the pictures as creative fan art, impressive edits, or simply another viral trend, they had accomplished something remarkable. They brought millions of fans back into the same conversation. That alone says a great deal about the lasting appeal of Can Yaman and Demet Özdemir in today's entertainment world, where news stories appear every hour and public attention shifts almost instantly. Very few on-screen partnerships continue generating this level of interest years after their original collaboration. Yet every time the two names appear together, audiences from different countries immediately begin sharing memories, favorite scenes, and hopes for the future. The recent wave of wedding-themed images became another example of that phenomenon. Instead of focusing only on whether the pictures were authentic, many fans chose to celebrate what the images represented. They revisited unforgettable moments, recommended the series to new viewers, and reflected on why the duo had become one of the most beloved television pairings in recent years. That positive atmosphere helped the discussion grow far beyond the photographs themselves. Many entertainment observers also pointed out how online communities have changed the relationship between celebrities and their audiences. Years ago, conversations were limited to television broadcasts or magazine interviews. Today, fans actively participate by creating artwork, editing videos, designing posters, and sharing imaginative concepts that keep favorite actors relevant long after a project ends. In many ways, those creative communities have become part of the story. Every new fan edit, tribute video, or nostalgic post adds another chapter to the ongoing popularity of actors whose performances left a lasting impression. Can Yaman and Demet Özdemir continue benefiting from that passionate support, as millions of viewers still enjoy revisiting the chemistry that first captured their attention. Of course, one important reminder remains: images shared online should never be treated as confirmation of real-life events unless they are supported by reliable official information. In today's digital world, edited visuals can spread incredibly quickly, making it more important than ever to distinguish between creative fan content and verified news. Fortunately, many fans embrace that balanced approach. Rather than allowing speculation to overshadow reality, they appreciated the artistic creativity while continuing to enjoy discussions centered on the actors' careers and unforgettable television partnership. That may be the biggest reason why conversations surrounding Can Yaman and Demet Özdemir remain so enduring. They're not driven only by headlines, they're driven by memories. The connection audiences, formed with their performances, continues inspiring discussions across generations of viewers. New fans discover their work every year, while longtime supporters happily revisit scenes they know almost by heart. Whether future collaborations ever happen is something only time can answer. For now, what remains undeniable is the extraordinary affection people still have for both actors and for the unforgettable moments they created together on screen. And perhaps that is the real story behind the viral wedding images. Not that they revealed a hidden event, not that they confirmed a long-standing rumor, but that a single collection of creative photographs was enough to remind millions of people around the world why Can Yaman and Demet Özdemir continue holding such a special place in the hearts of their fans. As always, we'll continue following the latest developments, public appearances, and official updates surrounding both stars. If any new information emerges in the future, we'll be here to explore it with you. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest updates from the world of Turkish entertainment. And now we'd love to hear from you. What was your favorite Can Yaman and Demet Özdemir moment? And would you like to see them share the screen again? Let us know in the comments below.